All right. Greetings, my people. Today is the 16th of March, 2025. This is Mark coming to you from Baker's Green Acres. Yesterday, we had a system that rolled through. I guess it rolled through the entire southern part of the United States. We just got the tip of it up here in northern Michigan, and we had smoke and a lot of wind. So nothing happened here. We stayed ahead of it. Thought the electricity might go out because we had such high winds, but it didn't. So that was kind of nice. And a little concerned with high winds like that, especially in it's not quite spring yet, but it was dry and we've got a lot of dry grass. So a spark can really get things rolling. Didn't happen though, not here. And then this morning, we got up and it had rained during the night, so that's really cool. And right now we're getting, it's raining slush. That's what it is, it's raining slush. And I came out this morning and boom, it hit me, an idea. And I thought, I gotta get this communicated and then I can go on with what I'm doing. I don't have to keep thinking about it. So a friend of mine, got a letter in the mail the other day, and it was a cease and desist, and it was from our friends at the Department of Agriculture. And she's doing a store on her farm. She's got a farm store, so she's got this little place on her farm, her and her husband. I know them. They took one of our classes a long time ago, and they're south of me quite a ways, and they do things like they raise chickens and they collect eggs, you know, those vicious things, and then milk a couple cows, and you know, they have to put that stuff someplace. So they've designated this little cubicle that they have as a store. And boy, don't you know, our friends at the Department of Ag, they don't like that. And so they rolled up on them, and she was like, no, don't even bother. Go, leave. And then, so they figured they weren't going to get anywhere with her, so they then sent a cease and desist letter, which is just a strongly worded letter from some department that we don't like what you're doing, and quit. Okay. I don't like what you're doing. Maybe I should send you a letter and you quit. But the reality is, under the Fifth Amendment, we have the right to our process, unless it is against the law. That means there would have to be a law in place that says that you can't have a store on your farm, or in your apartment. You might have a store, right? You can have a store. But I think a better way to go is actually just a system that we've learned over the last few years that was foreign to us, but it made a lot of sense to, I would say, more left-leaning people, right? So what it is you just violate the axiom of words have meanings. You just change them. They do it all the time. This is a man. He's putting a dress on. Men don't put dress on. Oh yes, it's actually courageous. Oh, so we're changing things now. We can say that that's courageous or something like that. That's just an example. I think people think that I pick on men putting dresses on. It's just a really stark example of saying something that we have an understanding of as a bad thing. Now let's say, oh, that's actually a good thing. Make sure I don't have an earbud on. Can you all hear me? See, I wear glasses now, so I need these, but they're fogged. All right, I guess I'm okay. So, what if somebody who has, you know, a situation like this that I have, a store, we would call it a store, What if we changed the name of it? And here's the reason I say this, is the other day I was going over to a friend of mine's place of business. He works in town. They fix cars, they tow, they sell cars and stuff. You guys have heard me talk about it, Spears Automotive. And I'm going over there for something, and I had a box of bacon and eggs, almost like contraband, eggs. And I had to go there for something else, but I got out of my truck and I had this box and I took it in and I laid it on their counter. And out of my mouth it came, I said, I'm just here to make a bank transfer. Just kidding. But there was a lot of reality to that. So what I could have done is I could have gone in there and say, here, you give me dollars, and then I will take those dollars to my bank, and then I will bring you this product. Or I could just say, here's the product. This is what it's worth. And he does the same to me. He does a tow job or an oil change. He says, this is what it's worth. And so we keep a ledger and, keep it even, keep it within reason. Nobody wants to get way too far out in front of the other. But as trust grows, doesn't matter to me. I know it'll be there when I need it, if I need it. So what if we changed the name of an outfit like this to a bank? That sign that's on the front of this building, I can take it down. It says I got a slow connection. I can take it down. All I need is a screw gun. And then I can make me another sign. But it won't say store, it'll say bank. So then, if our buddies at Department of Agriculture decide they want to do an investigation on this rogue guy that's got a store on his farm, they'll say, yeah, but we have no authority over, and I'm calling this a bank. They'll say, well, we don't have authority over banks. We don't have authority over the banking system. Oh, yeah, you don't. So So they would have to send, I guess, like a bank examiner or somebody from, I don't know who they'd send. Like if I set up a bank, I'm on a farm here and I decide I've always wanted to have my own bank. Yeah, I have my own bank. Matter of fact, I'm going to be the loan officer. Yeah, so I can turn people down. I can get their hopes up and then dash it against the rocks. I'll be that guy. I'm turning you down because I want to. It'd be really cool. And while I'm building a bank, maybe I'll build me a barber shop on the farm. I could do that because I'm in a position right now to approve people for their processes. In other words, I can certify people because I've been approved as a certifier through international homesteading. You probably never heard of it. Very exclusive. But that's just what I was thinking this morning. Let's change this to the bank. And while we're at it, if this is a bank, I don't believe these white things in here are freezers. I really don't. They're not. Now that I look at them, those are vaults. Yeah, that's where we keep the booty. Vault. And it's kind of interesting because I've been following this thing with Fort Knox, and old Elon's going to go in there to see if the gold is there. I'm thinking, if these things were full of gold, the people that come onto Baker's Green Acres, they're not really looking for gold. They're looking for like raw milk. They're looking for, hamburger, food. And somehow these organizations feel as though, oh, that's just way out in Weirdsville. Food is Weirdsville. Huh, that's funny to me. I was thinking of this because this morning I came out to check on my chicks. I'll show you them. This is kind of fun. Yeah, I know. I'm going to hear it. They're on a heat pad, but they seemed a little bit cool this morning, so I put a heat lamp on them. But I'm supervising the heat lamp. All right. I was behind the bank vaults here, and my connection waned. But this is kind of interesting too, because these are layers, which means they're producers of eggs. I'm sure people know that. And I got 135 of them. And seeing as how I'm not in the store anymore, I'm in the bank, I'm actually in the investments division as well as the bank. I'm the bank manager, and I'm also I wear many hats here, but I'm in investments too. So I invested $3 a piece on those baby chicks, and I am adding value to them. I'm investing in them in hopes to get a dividend down the road. Believe it or not, because of what our buddies are doing with the egg layers and deeming them bird flu and just freaking everybody out. If you fall for that, I bet you fell for the other virus too. And you probably fell for the moon landing and various other things. But you can still buy chicks. So, these are certified bird flu free chicks, and I certify them. Every chick that goes out the door has a certification stamp on it for me. But I take a $3 chick and keep it around for 16 weeks. And a $3 chick becomes worth $24. That's what layers are going for right now. Ready to lay hens are going for $24 right now. And I've seen them as much as 30. So it's actually a very good investment to just make you a little brooder like this. Now, obviously, you can't have baby chickens in a store. You can't do that, right? That's wrong. There's food in here. Chicks, they manure. You can't have them in here. But this isn't a store. This is the bank. You can have chicks in the bank. The bank I go to has about 3-4 chicks working in there. Some of them are kind of heavy, right? These are heavy breed chicks too. But chicks can be in the bank, and we've got chicks in our bank. So anyway, I just thought I'd pass that on. Remember, anyone can farm. Now's the time to put the pedal to the metal. Get ready for spring. Let's do this.